Hey everybody, welcome back to the program. Now today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the new box set by the Beach Boys titled Feel Flows from 2021, and this essentially takes a lot of the recordings that happened between 1969 through 1971. A lot of these ended up on two albums, 1970's Sunflower and 1971 Surf's Up, but some of them didn't, and so this set covers a lot of territory, from live tracks to a cappella tracks to previously unreleased demos, singles, that sort of a thing. It's all been remastered, and this is the 4LP colored vinyl edition. It also comes with a book, so let's not waste any more time and get into it. Here is the box itself. I really like this cover art, by the way. On the spine there, got some nice printing, as well as the top spine and the bottom spine. On the back there, you get all the track listings for both albums. It's divided by Sunflower and Surf's Up. So yeah, real quick, the first LP for both of these albums are essentially the original albums with some bonus tracks tacked on at the end of each side. And then the second LP for both albums is just full of bonus tracks. These are pretty much previously unreleased, although they do kind of stretch that term in my opinion, because you know, some of these songs have been released. It's just that this is a brand new mix, or in some cases an alternate mix, or a backing vocals only mix. So you have just like you know, singled out moments or a cappella versions. So yeah, they do kind of stretch what is a previously unreleased track, but it's fine, I get it. To me, these are all bonus tracks. All right, so let's take a look at what's included here. This may or may not stand up on its own. So what do you get? You get recreations of Sunflower, Surf's Up, you get the book, and then this, I'm not really sure what exactly it's supposed to be. It almost feels, it's definitely an art card in essence, but there's nothing else to it. It's blank on one side. I appreciate it. I just not really sure what the intention of that was. We'll get to the book in a second. Let's just go through the vinyl. Now, I don't own an original pressing. They're pretty hard to come by, actually. The only pressing I have is this Analog Productions, and you can kind of see some differences here. Just nothing too drastic, just this has got some glossier paper. This is more of a semi-gloss paper here, and some of the saturation's a little different, the color's a little different, as you can see on the back there. And let's take a look at the records, if I can remove them. There's record 1. Record 2, and it also came with this insert, which is also a little confusing. It just says add some music, and then it's essentially the back cover but blank. So it turns out, thanks to one of my Patreon supporters, Jim Regan, that this insert relates to one of the working titles or the proposed titles of what would become Sunflower. So this is basically recreating the original album artwork, and we're not too sure why they eventually went to Sunflower. It's suspected that Reprise rejected this cover idea or this title, and so it was changed to Sunflower, and so this insert reflects that. Still not sure why the back is blank, but there you go. This comes on blue vinyl, so you have, there is side A, and there is side B. Here is side C, and side D. All right, moving on, we got Surf's Up here. And what they did is they took the original inner sleeve and made it the gatefold art, which I really like a lot. So you have the lyrics and stuff and more pictures on the bottom, and there's the back there. It's interesting how they numbered them here. There is side E and side F. And here is side G, and the final side, side H. What's curious about this is that it does not come with an insert. I thought maybe they would put one in, so yeah, that confuses me even more now. All right, let's get to the book here, which is a soft cover book. But considering the price of this release, that doesn't bother me so much. I do like the attention to detail, putting some spot varnishing on the cover there and the alternate sunflower photo with the kids there. And that's the back. Now, I'm just going to flip through this so you guys get a chance to take a look at the book here. And I will say that it does do a really good job, this article here, talking about what was going on with the Beach Boys at this time. And this section here talks a little bit about producing this box set. Same thing here with Mark's liner notes. And then you get the track listings to round it out. And credits for this release. So I definitely have some thoughts on this box set because I have some issues with it. Let's just say that. First up, let's start with the positives. For the price point and what you get a lot of music for a great price, and it's very well put together. This cover art alone, I think, is gorgeous, and it will look great in your collection. If you're a Beach Boys fan, especially of this time period, you get a lot of great music that is put together in one place, and especially when some of this stuff is now on vinyl, it's really nice. It's a nice sit-down kind of exploration of this time period, and it's a great write-up in the book. That being said, I had hoped when this was first announced that this would mean there would, in it, separate from this box set, there would be reissues of both of these albums as they were originally done, so the original track listings. However, when I saw what the track listings were going to be for these albums, Sunflower and Surf's Up, I became, to be honest, I was a little disappointed, and I'll show you what I mean. So we look on the back here. It starts off as the original album, but then both of these on side one have bonus tracks tacked on. And, in the case of Sunflower, Cotton Fields was on 2020. And to me, that song fits on that album. It has this kind of soul vibe about it. And when the record got, ended from It's About Time and went to Cotton Fields, it kind of threw me for a loop. And then you have two very short excerpts. So these are, backing vocals of two songs, that barely add up to a minute and a half. And then for Surf's Up, you have Disney Girls, which is a live version. And then you have a backing vocals excerpt from Feel Flows, which it seems kind of odd because, the next song on side two is Feel Flows. So it's a little strange. And then here back on Sunflower at the end, we have This Whole World live from 1988. And that just feels very strange, jumping almost 2 decades from when most of these songs were recorded. And then you have an a cappella version of Till I Die, which is beautiful, don't get me wrong, and then A Day in the Life of a Tree, which is also great. But they feel tacked on, and when you listen to it, it sounds tacked on. And I don't want to sound ungrateful, but for me, as someone who appreciates the album experience, I can't say it ruins it. It does not ruin it for me, but it's not ideal. If I'm going to sit down and listen to an album, I'm going to put this on. And what it makes me wish they had done is maybe given us a 5th LP of just live tracks. So what that might have looked like is the first 2 LPs, this is complete Sunflower, unadulterated, same with Surf's Up. Then LP2 for Sunflower is all these, you know, previously unreleased tracks, these 2020 mixes, that sort of a thing, that relate to this time period. Same thing for Surf's Up. And then you have the 5th LP, which, you know, the first side is all Sunflower, and then the flip side is all Surf's Up live tracks. I mean, I would have paid an extra 20 bucks for that layout, because I think that would have been, I think that for me would have been preferred. But again, I don't want to sound, I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything. I just, it's a weird choice. It feels a little out of touch with what vinyl collectors want. I feel there could have been maybe a little bit more input asked of the vinyl community. But that being said, I think this is a good release. However, I really can't recommend this for someone who doesn't already own vinyl copies or any copy of these two albums, because you're not going to get it with this. You're not going to get that experience with this box set. This is for somebody like me who already has these, who is a Beach Boys fan and wants to dive in deeper. This is not for someone who's wants to casually, you know, get into the later period of Beach Boys. I can't recommend that. I recommend picking up these albums on their own and experiencing that way, which is kind of a shame, because I think for the price point, this was it was around $50 by itself. This, as a standard black vinyl 4LP edition with the book, was around $80. I think that's a great deal. And so it just bums me out that I can't more highly recommend this to someone who's in the market to pick up these albums. Because otherwise, it would have been like just a great way to do it. You know, you get these albums plus a bunch of bonus tracks that you don't have to listen to them if you don't want to. You can just play the album as is. Plus, you get a book. I wish that's what it would have been. And also, you know, for someone like myself, I'm not a huge live track kind of person, and I think having it as a separate 5th LP would have been cool. But as it is, it's a gorgeous looking box set. It is well put together. The artwork looks good. The booklet is great. So, you know, it's kind of a mixed bag for someone like myself. It's not a home run. You know, so it's not a hard recommend, but it is you know, if you find a good deal on it, or like I said, you already own these, I say pick it up. But otherwise, I think if you're, you know, if you're just a casual fan, you don't need this. This is not essential. I think your money would be better spent picking up some really nice versions of these albums, like Analog Productions or a really nice original issue. I think you'd be better off putting your money towards those. All right, everybody, that will do it for today. Let me know what you think of this box set. Do you agree or disagree with me? Which version did you pick up? Did you pass on it? I want to know why. Let me know down below. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.